Hi folks, how are you all? As always, a very joyous moment to come back and speak to you on contemporary topics. It's always a pleasure to connect with you. You might be knowing that this channel is all about multifaceted topics in life and careers, and in case that is of something which will be interest you, you probably can consider liking this video and subscribe to this channel. Digital trails, and everyone is a content marketer. What exactly are we talking about, and why are we talking that? Watch the video until then, you'll understand. Now you might come back and tell me very quickly as to, look, I'm not a content marketer, I'm a sales professional, I'm a marketing professional, I'm into pharma R&D, I'm into XYZ or whatever. And you might even say that I've got nothing to do with content marketing or digital trails, so why the hell are you saying like that? Listen carefully and you'll understand how all of us leave digital trails, and all of us essentially are owners of content in one form or other, and that content, fortunately or unfortunately, leaves trails on the internet. There is abundant amount of information about us on the internet, and it is we who are recording that information or leaving that information on the internet. And that is exactly why all of us are content marketers, and to that extent, it is in our own interest and responsibility to probably be careful or be alert or aware about what kind of content we leave on the internet. Now, first things first, where are we leaving content? Everything which you write and record and post it on the internet is probably content which is at some point freely available to any user. Look at it that way. You probably are posting your resume on a job site, and you think that nobody apart from that particular job site user or registered employer of the job site is going to access your CV. But what happens is these people also download your CVs and leave it in their organizational database, and that database, in case it is shared by multiple people, it moves out of the organization. It could remain even with more than one person who is using it on own will. In that sense, it is your information, your data, which is available publicly, and anybody can access it at any point in time. And if somebody has to really spot what exactly you are doing in a particular year, 5 or 10 years back, the information is in fact freely available on the internet. That is number one, your resume. Number two, you create your own LinkedIn profile. You leave so much of information out there, and that information is more than enough to judge you as a person, judge you as a professional, come to a conclusion as to what kind of personality you are, what are the skill sets you possess, where have you passed out, what kind of education you have, and even worse or even better, depending on what kind of posts you like, you make, the kind of people you connect with, easily one can come to a conclusion as to what kind of personality you are, what kind of traits you might possess, and things like that. So in a sense, if I am a social media expert, or I am somebody who's doing a lot of research on the internet about people, I easily have so much of information about you that I probably can easily come to a judgment whether you will fit any role or not, you will fit a particular title or not, and things like that. Isn't that how people connect with you on LinkedIn? People come back to you and connect with you on LinkedIn, or probably reach out to you on LinkedIn asking, coming back to you about job opportunities or career opportunities, primarily on the basis of the information you provide there. Nothing more, nothing less. The information you provide there, in fact, is a benchmark. You may be a very different person. You might be probably 10 times more competent than you probably have posted very humbly on a forum like LinkedIn. But fortunately or unfortunately, the base data to judge about what you are and who you are is available on LinkedIn, and to that extent, LinkedIn is one of those permanent digital footprints which you leave on the internet for anybody to access. And LinkedIn is not confidential. LinkedIn, of course, much more information, the ability to reach you faster, etc., premium services which LinkedIn provides. But otherwise, if I'm a LinkedIn user and you're a LinkedIn user, we can probably mutually see each of us and mutually judge as to what we are, who you are, whether I should stay connected with you or disconnected with you, and things like that. So that is a kind of abundance of information which is available on the internet, and obviously you have provided that, and you are marketing your content there, marketing your information there for whatever reason. You may not be marketing it like a branding organization or a marketing organization or a large conglomerate, but in your own way, as a personality, you are marketing your personality based on the content you have provided there. And that is why I said everybody is a content marketer. Now, two things we've seen about. One is your resume, one is your LinkedIn profile. Of course, today everybody has got multiple social media profiles. LinkedIn, we call it as a professional network because that is unique in that sense. But you also have forums like Facebook, you have forums like X, which was formerly Twitter. You got Instagram. In countries overseas, of course, TikTok is banned in India, but overseas you got TikTok. Probably I cannot list out comprehensively all these social media networks, but I'm sure you are available in some of those networks, and you are sharing your information in some of those networks. You're liking posts, you're retweeting posts, you are liking posts on Facebook, you're probably posting videos on Facebook, you're posting personal information on Facebook, you're posting your political views or political stances on X and Twitter. Goes on and on and on. So look, in just this about few minutes of talk, we've very, very clearly realized that there is a goldmine of information about you out there on the internet for anybody who wishes to find out what you are. And isn't that content marketing? You've dumped a whole lot of content about yourself on the internet without even knowing that you've dumped so much of information, intentionally or unintentionally. And that is why I repeat saying this. Everyone is a content marketer, and to that extent it is in our own interest, which I said in the beginning, that we have to be very, very responsible in terms of what we share. We should share only what is required. We should not dump unnecessary information out there on the internet. Be very careful and discreet in terms of leaving out any loose and private information out there on the internet. Be very, very careful in handling politics and sensitive topics in social media, because as long as you are in employment in any organization, these kind of views might bite you back very badly. You might have, if you are aware of the social media dynamics now, particularly in countries like India and many, many Western countries and many, many conservative countries like the Middle East, you will know that just one social media post is enough to get you fired from the job. It has happened recent past. Many times in the last couple of years, there are Indian ex-users who probably reported people who posted controversial views about the country's political system, etc., based off countries like Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia, and many West Asian countries. And the employers there actually threw out those employers. Throughout those people who were employed, because they made them some and again, these people did not make intentional political posts. They just posted very, very unintentionally, but it hit them so badly that they probably had to lose the employment, and probably some of them were even deported back to their home countries, amongst which India was one. In the recent past, you might also be aware that the conflict of Israel with the neighboring countries like Palestine and other countries, neighboring countries, led to a lot of anti-Semitic posts, people who were hating Israel and people who were supporting Palestine, making posts, or social media posts studying in the universities in Washington, were employed with organizations, multinational companies and large technology corporations in the US. Many of them had to face termination because of these political posts. So again, what I'm trying to reiterate is, I'm not trying to scaremonger. I'm only saying that there is so much content out there about you, about your views, about your color, creed, about your preferences, about your choices, about your spending patterns. Every damn thing is about there, and you yourself have put all those content there, and that is why you are a content marketer. So be very, very careful in whatever content you are posting. Remember consciously that your personal brand is depending on what content you are marketing about yourself. Your personal branding efforts are purely judged based on whatever content you posted. That is why you are a content marketer. So for a minute, sit back and think today as to what all you posted till now, or what you should be posting in the future, what kind of views you should hold, where you should be discreet with your information, where you can share more information, and what kind of things you should talk on the internet and mustn't talk on the internet. That was the intention of this post. I'm only saying you should be very careful. Intentionally or unintentionally, you're leaving a digital trail forever on the internet, and the internet is probably the most powerful repository of personal information today available. With Google, everybody is easily available on a search. If you just have to search my name, everything about me, the fact that I'm a writer, the fact that I've unsuccessfully published some books, the fact that I've also dabbled in some political writing, everything is going about there. And if you share your name and organization, with just that, I can probably pick up a ton of information about there. As I said, today only it is based on that kind of publicly available information. People are reaching out to you, and in that sense, you are your best content marketer, and it is in your own interest that you market the right information out there. So as next time you hear the word content marketing, please don't think that it is a separate profession and only people who are content marketers or digital marketing specialists need to worry about it. Even you need to worry about your own content marketing. The whole idea of this post or this podcast is to probably highlight the fact that you unconsciously or consciously are sharing so much of information about yourself out there in the internet, and the information can be used for your benefit, and if people choose, they can even use it for your detrimental things. That is the power of information today, and that is the power of information which is available on the internet. Any kind of information, what you deem as confidential information, is not necessarily being used confidentially by people who choose to pick it up and use it randomly. And that is why a lot of times, even if you did something without any intention, it really bites you back. So be in a situation where you are very, very strong in terms of what information you have shared. You share only the right information. I'll use the word, use only political correct statements. Be very, very diplomatic in handling sensitive things, and be very, very considerate in how you react to what other people post on the internet. So that is what I wanted to share with you. I know I probably repeated the term content marketer too much, but all I wanted to emphasize is each one of us leave so much of digital trail and digital information out there that we are not really aware of how much we've thrown us open to the entire world in terms of information, and people choose to use it as to how they can use it. There's nothing called data privacy in today's world. Whichever service provider, be it a cloud service provider or an email service provider, if he says that your information is confidential, I would deem it as a crude joke. As a matter of fact, yesterday or a day before, there has been a disclosure or there has been a scandal which has broken out with respect to a corporate in India, where the US Securities Exchange Commission has happily accessed WhatsApp chats, internal emails, internal PowerPoint presentations, and everything on the damn internet of this private conglomerate in India. So that is all for data privacy. Data privacy is almost a joke in countries like India. It is very bitter to say, and in that sense, your data is also somewhere involved. So be very, very careful in what content you are marketing about yourself. And I repeat, you are a content marketer. It is not only those who do content marketing as a profession, call themselves as a content marketer. Every single individual is a content marketer in today's world, and you need to be very, very careful as to what kind of content you're marketing about yourself, because it is in your own personal interest, it is in your own personal brand interest, and it is in your own career interest and life interest. Thank you. I'm sure you appreciate the seriousness of this point of view, and I just wanted to emphasize this in this short video. Digital trails all over the place. Let us not play victim or become a victim of any unintentional information really out there. Thank you for your time. I'll see you soon, another interesting podcast. Consider liking and subscribing, and I'm sure you'll find it worthy of sharing it with people through your WhatsApp groups and things like that. And I know it helps you. Thank you.